Let's go to Jameel Ahmad now in London. He's Investment Strategy Director at the brokerage firm NAGA. Great to have you back with us, Jameel. Now, Australia's first recession in almost 30 years, its worst quarterly contraction on record, but we saw stocks actually jump in Australia. Why aren't investors too worried about it?
Well, Oscar, it's the old cliche that bad news for people and the world economy on the ground, it's actually digested as good news for stock markets. So we have this real discrepancy here. What's happening in the real economy and what's happening in financial markets. Now, what we see here is validation that both governments and central banks globally will keep interest rates and cash accessibility at ultra loose levels for a very long time. And this is like dangling a carrot in front of investors, and it's something that they're going to buy into. Essentially, cheap cash is like a juicy apple for investors. And investors right now, they're like a pack of ants, and this pack of ants are going towards the picnic, and they're very much enjoying taking a sweet piece of that apple, and they're going to taste that. And that's why this kind of news is actually strangely digested positively, because it means there will be more cheap cash available in the system.
Well, it seems like investors in Europe are also taking a bite of that apple, because we're seeing the major indices, the DAX, the CAC and the FTSE up around 2% right now. Can you tell us what's driving sentiment in Europe?
So it's follow the leader time. Essentially, Europe is following the lead from the United States, it's following the lead from the Asian session earlier today, and it's been a very strong session overnight in the United States. That's overall what is driving the theme. Look, stocks are still very much the flavor of the month. You know, it's the most popular dish at the table for investors that are hungry, and all we're seeing is data that's proven time and time again that we will see more accessibility to easier cash. Investors love this type of news, and even if there is more, disappointing data that's available in terms of we're seeing rising infection rates worldwide, these fears of a second wave, they are present, but investors are willing to look past this because they do see that investors will enjoy central banks, government officials keeping interest rates at extremely low levels. But of course, not all industries are benefiting. Airlines in particular are going to come from a pretty bad time. Once again, we saw shares decline in EasyJet over the past 2 days. They're looking a bit better today. But you've got the airline sector that is at threat to more quarantine measures, such as what the UK has been announcing over the past couple of weeks to various different destinations. And also you've got the tourism seasonality factor coming into play here, that we are in September. The summer season is really concluded now. So it's not all cheer, but for wider markets, there is a lot of celebrations towards what global equity markets are doing right now.
Okay, Jameel Ahmad from NAGA in London. Thank you again for joining us.